Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. This is Fadman once again. Welcome to another dimension of my video. And in this video, we'll be talking about the simple tricks to memorize the Quran and never forget.
قرآني في قلبي دوما يغمرني من فيض ضياء آيات المولى تدفعني نحو العليا.
So the first concept you need to understand when it comes to Quran memorization is you need to know what is the reason why I want to memorize the Quran. Is it because of Allah or because of something else? So when you have tried to fish out the reason why you want to memorize the Quran, then you are good to go. So the reason why you want to memorize the Quran must be because of Allah alone. And so that when you memorize the Quran because of Allah alone, then your parents will also get the reward that they sent a child to memorize the Quran, and inshallah is able to memorize the Quran as Allah wish. The second concept you need to understand when it comes to memorization is you need to bring up the idea of using a tone. For example, if you don't have a tone to use to imitate a reciter, there are some famous reciters that are very good in recitation. For example, like Sheikh Muhammad Khalil Al-Khusari, like Sheikh Sudais, and so on. So you may need to imitate a reciter. Another concept you may need to know is by listening to the recordings of that reciter. So you bring up a recording like an MP3 or on your phone. Try to play it more times. Try to play it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night before you sleep. And even if you're at work, try to get the recording and play it often and often. So by playing it, then you get familiar with the surah you want to memorize. For example, if you are a starter and you want to memorize Juz'a Amma, if you are starting from Naba, then try to get a recording of that reciter. Try to imitate the recording, like when he says Amma yatasaalun. So try to imitate his voice. So by this, mind would have been capturing the way the reciter is reciting. And listening to the recording of the reciter, you need to pick up a Quran. As you're reciting it, try to be pronouncing it by imitating his voice. So its voice where it is. For example, if he is reciting this, try to be pointing to whatever is reciting, so that by this your mind will be reflecting to the Quran, your mind will be capturing what is reciting and what you are looking at. So by tracing it and listening to the recording, then you have focus in mind and focus in sight. Another step you should take is after it sticks to your memory, then stop the recording, play the Quran only, and by this you will have been very familiar with its tone. Make sure you start reciting, picking a verse at a time. Don't try to pick 2 verses at a time. Maybe 10 times in the morning. Then if you want to pray Zuhr, pick up the Quran, recite that 10 times in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. So another thing you need to do is get someone to do tasmiyah, to listen to whatever you've memorized, tell him to tell you wherever you are making a mistake. So allow shaitan to interfere in whatever you are doing, because shaitan will be discouraging you. But here you need to be encouraged. Let him certify you whether you are right or you are wrong. So get a pencil. So tell him to mark where you are mistaken. So after you've recited to him and he has marked the places where you are mistaken, then go and sleep. Don't stress yourself again. Try to go and sleep. Then in the midnight, maybe at the time of your tahajjud, come again. First of all, before opening the Quran, try to recite it on your own. So if you think that you've not corrected the mistake, then pick up the Quran again, go through the recording, play the recording again. After you are done with the recording, then open the Quran again, recite it. By this time, inshallah, because you slept, so your brain would have settled down. Then by this time, I'm sure it will be somersaulting into your brain as if you've been memorizing the Quran for so long. By the time you try to pick it up like three lines this week, then by next week I'm sure that you'll be able to memorize more than this in the next week. So don't forget, you need to get a reciter, pick up the Quran, listen to the reciter again, look into the Quran, get someone get someone to do tasmiyah. Let the person listen to whatever you want to read. You see that inshallah by this time it will stick to your memory. So if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment below this video and subscribe to this channel.
نور على مر الزمان تألقا وأضاء